Coach Stephanie White of the Indiana Fever goes on the Good Follow podcast and talks about Caitlin Clark's development, her techs for next season, at least like what she wants them to be, and a lot more of the Indiana Fever.
While some players are more focused on posting choreographed workouts for likes,
every coach in the league knows how to guard her. They spent a season drawing up blueprints, finding the weak spots, predicting the next move. But what if one coach discovered a way to shatter those plans entirely? What if she wasn't just tweaking, but reconstructing the game of the most talked about player in basketball? While some players are focused on choreographed workouts for likes, something radical is being built in Indiana.
We have an exclusive sit-down interview with the new head coach of the Indiana Fever. She was the 2023 WNBA Coach of the Year, an NCAA champion, a baller herself, a WNBA champion, and my former broadcasting teammate. What's up, Stephanie White?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. It's so great to have you on the show, Steph.
So, in watching Stephanie White talk about Caitlin Clark's development, it was very fascinating to get her take on it as an actual coach.
By the end of her rookie season, a troubling pattern had emerged. Defenders had started to crack the code of Caitlin Clark's electrifying game. That signature right-hand drive, the reliable lefty step-back three, they became predictable. The scouting report was out, and as the season wore on, Clark's offense, at times, seemed to hit a wall. Savvy veterans knew where she wanted to go, how she wanted to finish. It was a challenge that demanded more than just minor adjustments.
I think from just a straight basketball perspective, making sure that we help her diversify, her finishing ability, diversify in the way that it's not predictable, to be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation.
So she had that viral picture.
Yeah, you saw that, yeah.
We already know that Caitlin has put on some strength and muscle.
I asked her if it was Photoshopped.
She said it was AI.
Enter Coach Stephanie White. Her mission? Not just to improve Clark, but to make her unguardable. White isn't just tweaking plays. She's overseeing a total skill refresh. Her focus is on eliminating those few predictable habits, reworking everything from footwork to finishing touches, and reimagining how Clark moves even without the ball. It's a master blueprint designed to vault a great player into an unstoppable force, and the process has already started revealing some shocking truths.
Aspects of her game would you like to work with her on for this season?
Yeah, I mean, certainly getting stronger was one. The level of physicality in the W is totally different. That's the way that teams have to try to keep her off balance, keeping her low center of gravity. There are times where she plays a little bit upright, making sure core strength and her ability to move with time under tension and stay in a low center of gravity is important. Lateral movement, like one of the challenges that we're coming to her with right away is on the defensive end of the floor. Use your size, use your length. You've got to that's got to be a priority, right? That's got to be a priority to play both ends, because we don't have to go from, 11 or 12 to 1 or 2, but we got to get to middle of the pack.
One of the most talked about moments of the offseason was that viral photo. Caitlin Clark looking absolutely jacked, with muscle tone so defined, some fans wondered if AI was involved. Coach White shut down the rumors immediately. That transformation is 100% authentic, and it's directly tied to addressing one of Clark's biggest rookie challenges, physicality. Last season, opponents frequently bumped her off her spot, disrupted her drives, and used strength to throw her rhythm. This offseason grind has resulted in a tougher, more grounded version of Clark, one who will hold her ground like never before. This isn't just aesthetics, it's about building resilience, durability, and preparing for dominance.
I think from just a straight basketball perspective, making sure that we help her diversify, her finishing ability, diversify in the way that it's not predictable.
Reese is posting glamorized workout clips on social media. We've seen those 3-point videos, heavily edited, polished, and curated for the timeline.
Angel Reese, back in the gym, working on her pull-up, bang. Working on her midi, working on her mid-range game, 15 to 17 feet out, being able to create some space for herself. Yes, this looks embarrassingly slow. No, it is not in slow motion. This is just what we have to work with right now.
But building the body was only one piece. To become truly unpredictable, Clark needed to diversify her attack. White is specifically targeting her left hand, not just for dribbling, but to finish at the rim with poise and control, no matter which side she attacks from. This seemingly small shift removes a major cheat code defenders relied on. Add to that a new weapon being woven into her arsenal, the Eurostep. Imagine Clark barreling down the lane with newfound strength, only to glide past a defender bracing for contact with a smooth, sudden Eurostep. According to White, Clark is already making noticeable strides with her left hand. That's a terrifying thought for opponents, because the moment she becomes a dual threat in the paint, defenses lose their ability to funnel her, and that split second of hesitation is all Clark needs to carve them up.
9, let's get it! Knockdown! Bang!
Hey man, we got a fire on the poop deck. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! 4!
Bang!
Mayday!
Mayday!
Clear the runway! Brace for impact! AR-5 coming in heavy!
Bang!
Look alive, sunshine. Long 2, will it go through? Ha ha, no chance. Bang. Is it me, or is there only 2 rows behind the bench and they're like half full? I get better attendance on Monday nights in my men's league.
Come on, man! Bang!
We got some footage from in the lab. That's right. She's in the damn gym. I'm just gonna keep it real. I guess hell has frozen over, but she is in the gym practicing shots. And as you can imagine, there's real reaction to this.
Another major challenge last season was stamina. By the fourth quarter, Clark's legs were often gassed, her jumpers flat, her passes losing zip. The Fever's offense suffered. Coach White saw this, but her solution isn't just more rest. It's reinventing how Clark is used. A major innovation is repositioning her as an off-ball threat. No more just camping at the top of the key. Clark will attack from unexpected angles, slashing into actions where defenses won't see her coming. This isn't just fancy jargon. It turns Clark into a stealth weapon, deadly even without the ball in her hands, conserving energy for when it matters most.
She's back in her natural habitat, back in the lab, playing basketball, and it's got to be a scary sight for the rest of the WNBA if she gets even better, because it's not as if she wasn't absolutely phenomenally elite as a rookie and arguably the best player in the league after the Olympic break.
To hear, because everybody knows the thing with Caitlin that made her so good was that everyone knows what she's doing and they can't stop it. If she's going left, she wants to shoot the step back. If she goes right, she wants to go to the basket. And yes, there are times that she can kind of fade away a bit over the right shoulder, or she can make a kind of move going right and slow down, speed up. She's very, very good, quick first step, and runs so well in transition.
Doing a Euro, which at that point, it had hit me that I have never thought about Caitlin Clark doing a Euro. But you know what? I have to call this
to be able to be equal in terms of production and facilitation, going right and left.
Taking a page straight from the Golden State playbook, White is even using Clark as a screener. It sounds counterintuitive. Why would your best shooter set screens? But that's the genius. When Clark screens, defenses face an impossible dilemma. Switch, and she can torch a slower defender off the bounce. Don't switch, and the player she screens for gets a clean look. Either way, it's a nightmare scenario, and it means Clark doesn't need the ball constantly, further managing her energy and increasing her impact in clutch moments. This ripple effect creates a dynamic offense that's nearly impossible to predict.
This is like the cream of the crop. They are going to catch on to the idea that she doesn't like to drive left. She always wants to drive right because she's right hand dominated. And when she does her step backs, she likes to step back and go left. So I did see in some of her workout videos, the practicing of her developing a left hand. I saw her stepping right. So these are all great things to be developing for an already elite player.
To be able to have different types of finishing looks, whether it's, crossbody finishes, whether it's floaters at the rim, whether it's quick floaters, long floaters, Euros. You can't quite be as fundamentally predictable with as much athleticism, speed, quickness, and as much as the game plan is going to be geared toward her. And then I think the challenge for us as coaches is how do we get her rest when she's on the floor while she's playing, right? While she's on the floor. And some of that's going to be playing off ball, utilize her as a screener.
What's astonishing is Clark's response to this intense retooling. Coach White describes her as a perfectionist with a relentless appetite for growth, absorbing complex strategies at lightning speed. She even compared Clark's intensity and focus to none other than Kobe Bryant. That viral strength photo isn't just about muscles. It's a symbol of this deeper transformation, this relentless work ethic, this fortifying of her entire being to thrive in a league where contact is constant and strength is currency. She isn't just preparing to survive, she's preparing to dominate.
Getting her into action on the third and fourth side instead of the first and second, where it's easy to game plan against. Now, how we use her to help everybody else be better off the ball. We know how great she is with the ball in her hands. We're not going to take that away, but we've got to be able to diversify a bit in how we use her as well. I mean, we've got like a short-term kind of list and we got a long-term kind of list, but Caitlin, I remember from the very first day when we were working on balance and we were working on footwork and we were looking at all those things, from day one to day two, she had it.
Wow.
Like she's a perfectionist and she wants it and she's going to work on it. So that long list might get shorter every day we're in practice.
Very true, because she's going to get burned out. So I think that, and Caitlin Clark mentioned wanting to play off ball a little bit, but I think it's true that having her play off ball is going to give her a little bit of a rest, and that makes her game more sustainable. She doesn't burn out as much.
And this is where the true contrast becomes clear. While others may post heavily edited, glamorized workout clips for social media seemingly chasing clout and likes, Caitlin Clark under Coach White is grinding in silence, retooling her game with surgical precision. This isn't about chasing the algorithm, it's about chasing greatness, one detailed rep, one film session, one sweat-soaked practice at a time. Coach White isn't interested in empty hype. Her focus is on building something lasting, a player and a system built on substance that can go toe-to-toe with anyone.
That's going to be a huge thing. I don't expect it to be her to be perfectly good going left and right at an equal rate next year. Don't expect her to shoot the same going right, or I don't expect her to drive the same going left. But it's like, it took LeBron till 2013 realistically to be able to drive drive at the same level left as right. So I don't expect it to happen to Caitlin Clark in a year, but if there's a bit of an improvement year on year, she's going to be even more and stuff.
Like Angel Reese, whose Instagram reels feature carefully edited clips of long-range bombs and mid-drill dance moves, as if being a content creator is somehow the same as grinding in the film room. While Reese is chasing the algorithm.
That is such a big thing to hear from Stephanie White, and it should calm people down a little bit when it comes to Caitlin Clark playing off the ball, because obviously if a coach has a plan and vision and a proper plan and vision.
So if you thought last season was impressive, watch out. The version of Caitlin Clark being molded in Indiana is stronger, smarter, faster, and far more unpredictable. With improved strength, diversified finishing, off-ball stealth, and a relentless drive compared to Kobe himself, she's evolving into one of the most complete offensive threats the league has ever seen. When she steps back on the floor, don't expect the same old moves. Expect fireworks. Expect Clark 2.0. The real show is just getting started.